Hi everybody, how's it going? I'm Zero.
I'm DK.
And I'm Rizzo, and today in Anime Reaction, we're going to be watching the 26th episode of Bungou Stray Dogs.
Hopefully with 100% less Does I backstory.
Not gonna lie, they're kind of annoying.
That was whack.
Yeah.
Also, not gonna lie, it's been a while since we've watched this series, so...
That's true.
What happened last time?
I think we started meeting, I forgot what they called themselves, but the sort of cabal of Western authors started invading.
Right.
That's what I vaguely remember. It turned into this whole big scene. And yeah, here we are, new season.
We're professionals.
Of course.
Anyway, 3,
2,
1,
let's jam!
Actually, it reminds me of a comment we received on another reaction. That we have a tendency to complain about recaps and whatnot, and then we constantly forget what the hell happened in the last episode we watched.
I only complain about recaps when it hasn't been, 2 years since the last season.
Nervous much? Understandably so.
King of Sheep.
Well, at least they didn't have it explosively decompress.
Yeah, no.
No!
Damn!
Return to
Return
sender.
to sender.
Does I chew ya? Yeah,
Huh.
brother. Interesting. We'll never clear out this backlog by next year.
Shut up.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Drat. Akira Kurosawa would approve.
Things are coming back to me.
Oh boy. And after we complained about a Dazai backstory.
Epic amounts of sketch. First, forgot about the crater. Where'd the crater come from?
Seems kind of dangerous since it appears to be below sea level, right next to the bay.
Blech. Flashback to friggin' Call of Duty Black Ops, the Flavella stage. So it was a Flavella or Favela? I forgot. Really? Seems quiet to me. That's it. This looks like a war zone and more like 28 days later. This is far too quiet.
The sheep.
The sheep. Ooh. Ow! Out of nowhere.
Just a little bit. But you are a brat.
Always the troll.
I see this is going to be a fantastic relationship.
Well. Remember what they said about old men in professions where the people die young. Gotcha. Ooh. Tilt, tilt. Uh-oh. Pissed off old man.
Oh.
Well then. I would say they'd have to redraw the map again, but not really. Oh, that's scary.
Huh. Again.
I can't recommend wearing earmuffs and a scarf indoors either. Ah, that's why. I'd assume not.
Well, that was a cool effect.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Is he though?
Someone knows how to look into a very high up window then. Straight out with it. Well, this guy.
What about it?
That makes sense. I mean, in a really random way. And you won't leave this room alive. Hmm.
My, how tuny.
That's a whole lot of gold. Whoa. He.
Hmm.
Ah, birds. Most inconvenient. We have people who can kick bullets back into people's faces. I think anything goes at this point. Can't wait for Drifter Season 2.
Hmm. We're screwed. He's going with you.
Yeah?
Until he got mad. His outline got hella thick.
Oh boy. Bring it. Oh! Bringing the Elric consults into this? Whoopsh.
Children.
We're both fucked. Yeah. But mainly the plot demands it. God. I just feel like it.
Hmm.
Well, shit. Okay. Very nice backdrop, that. Love the details on the house. Oh, really?
Is that right?
Oh, well done. Ain't that cruel? I complain about a Dazai backstory, and that's exactly all we get.
Right?
More.
You just had to say something.
Oh, well.
That honestly might be one of the biggest failings in the series for me. Because I'm actually far more interested in what was going on in the present time.
Yeah.
Rather than Dazai's backstory. Don't get me wrong, Dazai's backstory is interesting, but...
kind of important,
fuck.
But you don't need to go that deep. This is a backstory of Tolkien proportions. Far, reaches back
At this point,
much.
it should have just come in the front side of the series.
Agreed.
And they should have worked through time rather than this much backstory.
Yeah, and here we are with another 2, possibly 3-parter.
Probably more.
Probably. Actually, yeah, Chuya does play a bit of a part in the latter part of season 2. So, yeah, if they're going to explain how the two really started working together, it might be more than 3 parts. Fuck. Yeah. Well, way to kill the hype for the new season. Good job, director. Fucking idiot. Anyway.
Good job, director. Take 2.
No, take 5. Let someone else take over.
I don't like these prequel arcs. Don't know how much more clearly I could say that.
Yeah. Just stick with the present. You got really good stuff here.
Like I said, we in the the credits are rolling. I'm just gonna say this again for chat's sake. I am far more interested in what's going on in the more present time.
Back where we left off, basically.
Where we left off. And I'm a little tired of all the backstories.
I would much rather the backstory be its own thing.
Or something. Like, I don't know, just the way that they've done it has not...
It's a lot more... It's a lot less engaging to the viewer, I think, than the present day story is. With the armed detective agency and dang it, what are the Western authors call their own group? I forget which.
Yeah,
I was hoping that I would have said because I forgot too, but damn it.
Yeah, well, it is what it is, I guess.
yeah.
Just gotta trudge through it.
Like, I mean, it's not that I don't find the Dazai story interesting. I just wish that it would be somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if it had been at the beginning of the series and they told it more chronologically, maybe.
Well,
I don't know.
I'm not sure if that would have been. I'm not sure if that would have been nice, because if it did that, we may not have enjoyed the series as much as we did.
That's very true too. So, I mean, that's probably not the best solution either.
I mean,
If there's another like 4 episodes of this, that's almost a full season of Dazai backstory.
it really is. And what should have happened is you should have made it a full season of Dazai backstory.
Or just a standalone
In a
OVA
different
series and keep it out.
Yeah,
in the main
or
series.
or make it like an OVA series or something. I don't know.
All this backstory could have been squeezed into. I think it could have been squeezed well into 3 episodes last season anyway.
You have enough information here to just have a split off that's just Bungou Stray Dogs, Dazai.
Yeah,
And that's the Dazai backstory.
Yeah, take what's going to be of this arc, at least 2 or 3 episodes. Take the last 3 episodes, mash that together, and there's a spin-off series.
It was 4 episodes last season, right?
I thought it was 3.
4.
4?
Yeah.
About 2 too many, honestly.
It's the same old story, same old song and dance.
And demonetized for the cover.
Right.
Anyway, as for the episode itself, not the sense of impending doom of another backstory arc, kind of low key. Even the action sequences, and even when you see that glimpse of the old boss, at least that's what I'm guessing. Dazai was smirking at when he says, "Oh, the old boss reemerged," and then the butler kind of went all Super Saiyan at the end. But yeah, even
he knows how to make an entrance. The fucking attacking the dude on the airplane. That was pretty cool.
I just liked how he just takes Dazai right out, just like a friggin' bullet out of nowhere. I mean, I kind of joked about it a couple seconds before, but that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not the actual previous boss resurrected. It's probably just somebody using an ability to stir up shit.
Yeah, probably.
That's what I'm fairly certain is going on here.
But I feel like there is a lot of momentum that is now completely lost.
Well, any hype we really had for the series, like for the new season, it just got stopped dead in its tracks because we know it's going to be another backstory arc.
Because the last thing I remember was like shit's going south quick.
Yeah.
And we have to deal with a whole nother like group of authors.
Yeah, whole new factions coming in.
That came in.
They wrecked the ever-loving
And
shit out of the Armed
I
Protective
was hyped
Agency.
for that.
Yeah, that's what we wanted.
And all that momentum, full stop.
It ran into a brick wall with this episode. So
I don't want. I really don't want to beat on this, but that is like, it's really gonna bother me, the fact that it just brick wall. There you go. We gotta get over this brick wall of backstory before we move on. Backstory that could have been just moved to the side and
again, it should have been taken out of the main series.
Well, I mean, it's hard to say that it could have been moved to the side because having a full like OVA series is probably really expensive. So there's probably some budgetary issues involved in that too. I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case.
yeah,
But
I'm not.
If there were the money for it, I would definitely prefer it to be in an OVA series.
I'm not worried that we're not gonna get back to it. I'm worried that we're getting back to it right now.
Yeah,
I think you meant by the present day storyline, not the. Yeah. Well.
Because like at the very end, it was so actiony,
it was
fast,
so fucking cool.
quick paced.
It was pretty cool.
Shit was popping off, and then it's just, oh yeah, let's go ahead and completely completely stop, derail the series real quick, and let's go to this kind of very slow investigation type.
Kind of the origins of how Dazai and Chuya started working together.
Yeah.
And their relationship with each other, which actually, timing-wise, could have been better used last season when we first see Chuya.
Right.
I think.
Chuya's still badass.
He's much more badass, I guess, in his younger days than he is now. I mean, in the present days, he's pretty much Dazai's bitch and everyone knows it, but we still had some spunk. It's a nice contrast with the more morose Dazai.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I can think is that it's going to connect directly into what's about to happen in the present day. But, yeah, I don't know.
Could have shown that first to, again, generate some hype.
Yeah, for me, it sucks because it kills all the momentum that I had. You know, all the momentum of the hype that I had for the series.
I killed the hype. Alright. 10 points if you get it.
So, that's my feelings on it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Well, probably, I expect we'll get back to our proper timeline shortly. Hopefully sooner than later.
I'm praying at this point. I pray we get back to the proper storyline by episode 3. Just have this be a 2-parter and then get back to the Armed Detective Agency kind of regrouping, really, after getting their shit wrecked.
Can we talk about the city? The
Slum Crater Abyss.
Did you mean the settlement that's just begging to be at the bottom of a lake?
Slum Crater?
The Ghetto Atlantis?
Yeah, when it was like, oh yeah, it's a crater that they built a city into. Literally the first thing I said was like,
flooding.
Wait, you're going to build a city at the bottom of a crater that's on an island that's in the bay.
Yeah.
That is literally like 20 feet away from the water.
Yeah, the top of the crater is at sea level.
And the top of the crater is at sea level.
High tide and the place would be flooded. Yeah, nah.
Let me tell you how stupid that is. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it was like a development or anything.
No,
it was the slum. It was a slum. It was like
it's a slum, the likes of which would probably make some.
It was almost like
Rio de
homeless.
Janeiro,
Yeah, it was almost like homeless camps, really.
Yeah,
like not much better than
as
that.
They're sometimes called here in the States.
But I mean, still, like you'd think that somebody would be like,
maybe this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
Well, then again, maybe someone should have said that about putting Dosei's backstory to start a new season.
Okay. I think we've talked about that enough.
This horse needs beating still, damn it.
It's not dead enough.
Well, again, at this point.
I mean, that city, that was a really cool aesthetic, I guess, but holy crap, that's a stupid idea.
Again, I just keep thinking of the first couple episodes of Made in Abyss. When I see that.
When it first showed the city from the rim of the crater or whatever, I was like, Made in Abyss?
Yeah, but why?
Just don't try to go up
the curse. But
that's a really weird crossover.
Yeah. That's a really weird crossover. Anyway, I like the Bungou Stray Dogs is back. I'm not hyped for this Dazai backstory arc.
Again.
It's interesting. I like it. It's just I want more of the proper timeline, not this backstory. Right. I like the story itself.
I don't dislike the information that we're getting or the story itself. I'm far more interested in the modern, the present day story.
Yeah.
And it's irritating that we keep on going, hold the brakes.
Right.
Let's go back and do this.
Actually, okay. I made a comment about it, comparing this to the Lord of the Rings movies. get pretty cool action. Okay, yeah, and then all of a sudden a nice, long, slow conversation with an end that's boring as shit. Yes, informational. Yeah. It's tied in toward the end, but just I fell asleep when I saw that in theaters first time in the Two Towers, but I almost
I'm not sure if you want to admit that.
What I really want,
saying,
what I really would have wanted was allusion to the backstory, and then a complete side tangent to the backstory, like
an OVA series or something.
No.
I mean, I know budgets and stuff like that, but
in a perfect world,
I would much rather have said, "Oh yeah," like with Bilbo talking about his adventures in The Hobbit. He talked about them. He made reference to them. You could do the same thing here. Talk about Dazai's backstory. Make reference to it. And if I'm interested in the backstory, I will go watch the backstory.
Well, also in the case of this, I mean, don't lead off with all the backstory first.
And the lead is
because at least in season 2, you know they started that 3-4-parter about midway through, so you had time to get excited, keep with the series and all that, commit to it. Then they hit you with it.
Yeah.
So anyway,
yeah,
I think now the horse is
in season 1. In season 1, it was in the middle. It was right at the beginning.
No, season 2.
Yes.
You said season 1.
Oh, was that the beginning of season
2? It was at the
2?
very beginning. We had the same issue.
I thought it was for some reason.
Same concerns, the same annoyances.
Literally the same thing.
And it's probably, if you go back and you watch that discussion, it probably sounds a hell of a lot like
it probably sounds really similar. Well, actually, I would say that maybe the first episode of the backstory didn't sound similar because
but episode 3
we weren't
for
expecting
sure.
a 4-parter. Definitely by the 4th one, we were probably like, "Oh my fucking god,
it's endless hate all over again."
Why? Anyway, but
the horse has been beaten enough.
Let us know what you thought of the anime and what you thought of our reaction in the comment section below.
Yep, thumbs up if you like it. And if you agree with us, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. And if you're interested in joining Discord, look for it in the description below.
If you don't agree with us, feel free to subscribe anyway, because, reasons. If you like our videos here on YouTube, go ahead and head on over to patreon.com/Otaku Saga. Consider making a donation, because we need more horses to beat, and they're expensive. That's going to do it for this episode of Anime Reaction. I'm DK.
Musume.
See you next time.